Evening, Glenn. Mr. Houlihan. No, you're not the first. Glenn beat you. Sorry, Paul. You was, mate. You just literally pipped him. Hi, John. Wait for a few more. How's everyone doing? Magnet Man Magnetics. Darren, good evening. Secrets of the Thames, Elizabeth, Paul. Oh, they're all coming on now. Look at that. Cuddy 211, good evening. Billy the Kid, hi from USA. Hi Elizabeth, how are you feeling? My legs are itching like mad. When we went out fishing with the Saints, which you will see the video next week, I got bites on my legs and they went like blisters. I mean, they went absolutely black, and they've sort of virtually gone now, but the itching is unbelievable. And Trubs, every time I touch them, it just makes it worse. So, yeah, apart from itching legs, I'm good. Let's have a look. Oh, this itching is killing me. Cool, a bit quiet tonight. Live from the pub. There's a surprise. Just getting all the gear together for our meet on Sunday. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it. It's a long old drive for me, to be honest with you. So I won't be making that one, unfortunately. But I hope you all have a great time. Raise some money for a really good cause. That'll be good. Good evening, White Wellies Magnet Fishing. Evening, Paul. Hi, Andy. Let's wait for a few more to come on. Sean's Adventures of Magnet Fishing. Good evening. In Tyne and Weir. Pseudo cream. Yeah, I've got some of the old Cameron lotion because I've been putting that antihistamine cream on. I've been taking antihistamines and it's just not working. Nothing is. Ricky Rhubarb, how you doing? Yeah, really, I've tried everything. Oh, it's unbelievable. Martha Guy, good evening. Right, so how's everyone doing? Hi, Marie. It's Marie's birthday on, was it Monday, I believe? She's nearly as old as me. Hi, Leela. I know I'm trying not to scratch, but it really is bad. Yeah, they weren't good. I mean, they're virtually gone now. You can hardly see them because you saw what they were like. They were literally bright black. It's like bruises, but they were just bites. But yeah, a word of advice: don't wear shorts when you stand in long grass to fish because it's really good, really bad. Hi, Jasper. Hi, Sarge. Robert, good evening. I just reminded you. What did I remind you? Not to stand in long grass while fishing with rugby players. Okay, I'll get that bit. Right, okay then, let's sort of kick this off at the start. Hi Patty, I've got a little bit of a treat for you. I've got a code. Let me bring this picture up. Bear with me, because you're going to like this one. Let's have a look. Where are we? Desktop. So, for this weekend only, 25% off everything at Online Magnets. Use the code CRAZY25. So, if you want to treat yourself, starting from now, 25% off everything on onlinemagnets.com. You can't use it in conjunction with any other code, but that's a quarter off the price. So anything that's under £1, it's 75 quid now. So, thanks for the thumbs down. Obviously, someone doesn't like online magnets. Well, thank you for joining anyway. But 25% off everything on their site. So if you're looking for anything, If you want a new magnet, rope, gloves, you name it, everything has 20%, 25% off. Just use the code CRAZY25. No, you haven't missed the magnet test video yet. I've been snowed under with things, and obviously with families and things like that. It's not been good, but me and Aaron are on to it next week. So hopefully by the end of next week, the video will be out. So very surprising results. At the moment on the single lift, it's a complete outsider that's winning of that sort of thing, but all will be revealed. So hopefully by the end of next week it will be out, and you get a chance to see how all the magnets are comparing. I've done many magnets from many different companies worldwide, and I think you're going to be a little bit surprised, to be honest with you. I was. I'm still want to test it again because I just can't believe it. But yes, it's going to be good. Definitely going to be good to see something different. Right, here we got. Hi Mark. Let's read some of these. Need to come back to Cambridge. That would you, especially the that railing. That gave me bad legs for days. That did, leaning over that. Let's have a look. Stinging that was cool. I wish they were, because they only seem to last about an hour. But these, oh blimey, nice weather. It's been quite nice today actually. And unfortunately, my daughter and wife dragged me out shopping, so it's probably not been the best day. Thank you, Karen. Appreciate that. Hello in Virginia, USA. Right. Hi Becky, AJ Magnet Fishing, Yodri, Mario. But there we go. So don't forget that if you want anything from Online Magnet this weekend, it ends 11 PM Sunday, 25% off everything with the code CRAZY25. So definitely worth a look if you're looking for something. That brings the price of the beast down by a quarter. Brilliant. So big thank you for Online Magnet for letting me announce that. So if you want anything, head on over there and get buying. Right, okay, let's have a look then. Who else have we got here? Paul, Dean. Still getting over all the stuff you got. Okay. Oh no, that was unbelievable. And then flipping bike locks, they were getting a little bit boring. And Aaron with his weapon, yeah. Gone to Marie's collection. Hi Berry Fines, Connor, good. Who else have I missed here? It's not a scrapyard crane that wins, no. It's just a magnet that I wouldn't have expected to do that, to be honest with you. But anyway, I'm not saying any more on that one. The tests are going all right. We're just having a lot of problem testing clamp magnets. Clamp magnets, when they've actually tested for their strength, they have a jig that holds them and they lift them up vertically and do a single lift. Well, obviously I don't have that luxury. I've got nothing that I can hold it in. So when we're doing it, they're just lifting off, and the figures they're actually giving nowhere near their predicted strength. Believe me. I mean, absolutely useless. But we've got something else we've made up. Well, Aaron's been making something. We're hoping it's going to go on there and it's going to give us a more accurate pull on those, because what they're lifting, I know for a fact 100% they will pull far more than that. But it'll be good. Does this include affiliate discounts? No, you can't use any other codes with them. So when normally everyone's got 10% off, just this weekend you get 25% off instead. So no other codes can be used with it. It's just CRAZY25. Yeah, it's always a way. You never know when a sale thing's going to come up, unfortunately. So hopefully that is the problem. It usually happens to me, that does. I'll buy it and the next week I'll find it much cheaper. But anyway, you can, anyway, if you want anything at all, it's 25% off everything. Well, I'm going 4 or 4:30. Usually it's 4. Last week didn't go very well. I was having severe camera problems. I lost a lot of footage, about 4 hours of it. So I don't know what I'm going to make of it this time, but still got my headcam footage, so I will get something anyway. We've also got the rugby video coming up next week when we went out fishing with the Northampton Saints. That was a good laugh. That was it, making Aaron look small, always a good thing to do. It is a code, yeah, and it's a good code. 25% off is a big discount if you're looking for something. Unfortunately, like with everything, the neodymium prices have gone through the roof. Everybody's magnets, I can imagine, will be going up in price when the new stocks come in, because the share prices of it has just gone absolutely ridiculous. No, I can't believe how much came out the cam. It just kept coming. It didn't stop. I mean, you saw from that small area that we did the amount of stuff that was in there. We thought we'd just stop at there because it was a footbridge, just have a little go, and it just kept coming and coming. We spent hours there, to be honest with you, but you know, it was good. Right, let's have a look. Where's Mr. Nut? He's probably fell asleep, Glenn. You know what he's like. He's getting old, or he's just late, because he's always late. Let's have a look. Trying to catch up on all the comments before we bring tonight's guest on. They've not got Monex magnet yet. Might mean they're getting closer, because if you have a sale, it probably means they're clearing room for the next load coming in. So keep an eye out on that. I'm sure that a lot of people are waiting for the extremes. I know you had to go with it, Andy, and you had that little smile in your face thinking, I haven't got one of these, I've got to get one. I did see that, but it is an unbelievable magnet, but it's heavy. It's a heavy magnet, so it's definitely not for the beginners and not for the faint-hearted. But I know you, Andy, I think you've got one of everything they sell, so you're going to have to complete your collection. Hi, Don. God, the old comments are coming fast now. Let's have a look. Polishing his rusty helmet, most probably. Hi, David. Did you get Aaron's find for your collection? Yes, Marie is. She's adding that to her collection. She's doing well there with those. But right, okay, let's bring tonight's guest on. Let's bring someone on. Someone that's never been on before. Some of you might know who it is. Some of you might not. But we shall see. Right. Hi, Howard. Right, where are we? Let's find the right one. Let's give him a call now and get him on. Hold on. Good evening.
Evening.
Here we have Andrew from White Wellies Magnet Fishing. How are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you.
No.
Yourself?
Well, apart from this itching, don't go wear shorts in a field with long grass when you're fishing. Oh, it's terrible. And that was over a week ago, that was, and they were starting to get better, and now, it's unbelievable. I just want to scratch it, but whenever I do, it just makes it worse. So that's my little bit of advice. Long grass, wear trousers, don't wear shorts. But it was a bit last minute, but what gets me, if I got bit, I'm sure the rugby players did as well, but I'm sure they're coping with it better than I am, because it's really irritating me now. So, Andrew, White Wellies Magnet Fishing, good evening. How long have you been out there then?
We've only been doing it for about 2.5 years.
So, you didn't have YouTube to start with, did you?
No, we started watching videos like most people do. You're bored, you get caught in a rabbit hole in YouTube, and you find videos. We're just basically looking at like Canal in Preston, where we're from, and video that popped up was Drastic J, and he found a handgun there, and that sparked his interest in it. And then obviously all old finds that come out of it. So, like everybody else, we bought an Amazon magnet.
It's funny that, because everybody seems to say that. I think it was once they get the bug, they need it quickly. And Amazon's the place to get it from quickly.
Yeah, we used that for a while. It wasn't too bad. I went to Wukong, and they were not so good at the time. They had a faulty batch, apparently. And then we got on to Magnet Store. And obviously we used theirs, and from that moment on we've never looked back.
No, when you look at the evolution of magnets, where you go back to like the basic ones, the ferrite ones that people started with, or even the sea searcher, when you go back, the way they've progressed over the last 18 months is unbelievable, to be honest with you.
Yeah, as modern technology, it's best.
Yeah, that's it. And I keep thinking these 360s are a complete game changer. You can go back to everywhere you've been, you can revisit it, and you just keep pulling stuff.
We've been back to a few places where we've been before, and we've smashed it.
Yeah, it's shocking, isn't it? Because it's not fresh stuff. It's stuff that was already in there, but it's just that stuff that you just couldn't get. But the 360 is a complete game changer. And, I'll sit there sometimes thinking, where can you go from here? What's next? Is there anywhere you can go? It poses that question, doesn't it?
It does. I wouldn't imagine it go any bigger physically, but the strength-wise can only go up and up and up.
Because you use the G90, don't you?
We do, yeah. We use the G75 as well.
Well, if you put that next to the Evolution Extreme, you'll look at it and think, no thanks. because most people that have a go with the Evolution Extreme, it's just the sheer size and weight of it, and that's the thing. You know, if you want to go stronger, you've actually got to go bigger. If you don't, you've got to go higher grade. You go higher grade, it makes it more brittle. You know, it's a bit of a compromise, and a lot of people, even Glenn, he's on here, and he had 3 throws of it. He says, I'll stick to the Evolution. Because, you know, throwing a 4 kilo magnet all day is hard work.
Yeah.
You know,
the Evolution, the G90 is perfect for me. It's lightweight. It weighs slightly less than what the 550 clamp did, so I can throw that all day long.
Yeah.
The G75 is brilliant for my stepson Christopher's on some videos.
Yeah.
Because it's still got the power, but it's extremely light.
I know. Yeah. The G90, I did use Brett's when I was in Leicester with him, and I was amazed how far I could throw it. It's a nice size and it is light, and like you say, you just don't have trouble throwing it. You know,
No.
I find that in the morning when I start using mine, I'm good in the morning. I can get virtually on my rope. As the day goes on, the rope's not going out nowhere near as far. You know, and then you're like, by 3 o'clock, you're like, oh God, this is getting too much now. You know, but I like to be different. I like to do something different. And does it get stuck to things? Oh, hell yeah. You know, that's why, you know, it's handy having Aaron there sometimes.
Well, we went out yesterday, me and Christopher, we met up with Nick.
Yeah.
That's a Magnet Man, and we got stuck to something absolutely huge. G90 and the G70 together, G75, sorry, both together got stuck to the same thing. We had to winch it off. It would not move at all. So.
Yeah. It is unbelievable. When you look at same with like the 550, same as the Beast. When you actually look at these magnets, and you know they come with this rate, and you divide it by 4 because they're classed on 4 sides, they're actually rated less. And that's the bit I look at. I think, well, that was 500, but this is actually 400. But it's stronger.
Yeah.
You know, it just takes a lot of working out, doesn't it? You know.
It does. With 360, every time it goes in, comes out, every single side is covered. Whether it be swarf or coins or just random old bits.
That's it. When I started with the 360, I started with the Barbarian. And the first pull, I pulled it in, and it's just covered in sand, grit, you name it, it was on it. The only thing I found with the 360 is, I think you throw it less than what you would have done your 550 because you spend more time cleaning it, trying to get all the bits off it.
Yeah.
But that's
it's
what you
always
want.
fun trying to scrape a piece off the bottom that goes round the side and then round to the other side. Just keep pushing it off, keep doing it.
Yeah, and you get it off the top and you go to put it down and it pings back on it again. They are lethal. I mean, they really are an interesting magnet. I had a bit of an instant with this test video I'm doing, and I believe that was the G90 and the Evo 70 that decided to smack together with my fingers between them.
Well, speaking of that, have you seen Bondi?
I have.
Treasure Hunter. Bondi, where he's actually broken his finger between the G90 and the Barbarian.
Yes, I did see that, and I thought, I got off quite lightly. I ended up with blood blisters on my fingers, and I've still got a lump on the side of the bone, so whether or not I chipped it, I'm not sure. But the worst thing that was, after I'd done it once, I tried to put them apart, and I only went and done it again about 10 minutes later as well.
Ouch. Touch wood. That's not happened to us yet.
No, so anyone watching, I would advise, don't play with 2 360 magnets near each other, because these things literally jump 2 foot. They are absolutely unbelievable, the power of them. And fortunately, mine sort of hit flat. I think that was the only saving grace, because if it had gone at an angle, I think it would have smashed the bone in my fingers, to be honest with you. You know, it hurts. It really does. Literally, and I've still got a lump on the side of my bone on my finger, and that was like 3 weeks ago. So, yeah, so it's not advisable. Definitely don't get your fingers between them because it hurts like hell. But all in the need of magnet fishing, all in the testing.
It is.
So you had a very interesting find last year, didn't you? I'm not jealous.
Which one?
Well, it looked like a machine gun. The one thing that I've never found.
Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah, that old thing, you know, that little bag you found.
That thing, we're not bothered about that. Give me old things any day, not a machine gun. The Sterling submachine gun. we're fishing like normal. I get a call from Hannah from under the ridge, and she's got in her hand, walking towards me, a submachine gun. And it's like, oh my God. A few choice words were repeated, and it was like one of those finds that you never expect to find.
No.
Ever. And in the area that we were, we knew it was quite iffy.
Yeah.
But not as iffy as that.
No. But it didn't come alone, did it?
No, it didn't. It came with, the magazine to go with it, that fished out separate.
Yeah.
It came with a Czech Scorpion submachine. That was submachine gun as well, but the smaller single-handed one.
Yeah.
With the fold-out stock.
The Uzi type size, isn't it?
Pardon?
It's an Uzi sort of size. It's a small.
Yeah, it is. We never found cartridge for that, but when that came out, it was like, oh, we've hit something here. Then obviously we went back in, and out comes a pistol, a Derringer, and what else? A revolver as well, all from the same spot. Honestly, we called police because we've got like 2 machine guns in front of us. The bolt still actually moves, so
yeah,
it'll like hide it, but not conceal it.
Yeah.
Because then you can be done for concealing it.
Yeah.
But when we were on phone to police, it says we've got it on floor. We've just put a bag over top of it. It says, yeah, that's fine because you've let us know that you've done that.
Yeah.
Because obviously if someone walks past a PCSO or anything like that, and it's concealed, unless you can prove it, you're concealing a weapon.
Yeah. I know, it's a bit of a weird one because obviously things like that, you don't want to leave them where people can see them. You know, you want to put them away, but then they said, but if you put it in a bag, then it's concealment. But I've done it many times, but I've put them in a bag, or I've put them in the bucket with a bag over it because I don't want people to see it. You know, because
you don't know who's walking past it.
Exactly, and that's the thing. I think it's just safer out the public eye than letting everyone walk by and go, oh, he's got guns. Because they only need to make a phone call, and before you know it, you're all pinned face down on the canal path with armed police pointing guns at you.
Yeah, we don't want that. None of us wants that.
No, that's it. But it's a very grey area, isn't it?
Brett got done for it once, didn't he?
Yeah, he put it in a bag to keep it out of sight.
Yeah, spotted on CCTV.
Yep.
So you can't win either way. So.
No, you can't. No, but as long as it's that old story, you've got to sort of phone it in. Don't leave it 3 hours later and phone it in. You know, because if you see them putting it in a bag and they don't get a call for 3 hours, that could be a bit interesting, a bit of a problem for you.
Yeah.
You know, so, but yes, and you went back again there, I believe, as well, didn't you?
We did, yeah. We went back the day after. We didn't find anything that day, I don't think. I don't think we filmed that. And then we went back with Paul Magnum and Julian, and we found another gun that day as well, from the same spot.
Blimey. And did you find afterwards that lots of visitors seemed to appear at that bridge?
Yes, we went back about 2 months later, and the mess were unreal. The amount of people that had been and left everything aside. We took it all with us when we went that day.
Yeah.
When we went back, we took all other people's scrap as well. It seems to be like glory hunting. As soon as you find something of interest in that area, then it's not necessarily people with YouTube. It could be anybody.
Yep.
One of the videos, the one with Paul actually, we film a guy fishing further down canal, and he leaves a load of scrap on the floor. He's not bothered. He don't care.
No.
And it gives us a bad name because we've obviously recorded it where we kind of get tarnished with it if someone leaves scrap there. We did in when we first started out in Blackburn. Someone fished it and then we got blamed for it.
Does happen, unfortunately. We always say to people, look, If we're going to leave our stuff, do you think we'd have that big badge on our back?
Exactly, you wouldn't advertise.
No.
You're going to leave stuff aside.
It's like chucking your rubbish on the floor and leaving your phone number, isn't it?
Yeah.
People will find you, but you do get that. But a lot of people, like you say, it's not always just YouTubers, just people that fish. There's been a lot of this going on. We actually followed somebody in London. They must have been like 15 minutes ahead of us, because as we was walking between bridge to bridge, it was everywhere. Literally on the footpath, just left there. But we had to clear it up. We couldn't leave it there, because straight away we're going to get the blame for it. And it was scattered, and and it was still wet. You can see it's literally come out minutes before, and you think, how can you do that? You've got no idea. This is a busy towpath, and you're just throwing your rubbish everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this a big battle, because, we all do the right thing. Well, we all try and do the right thing. We do get let down occasionally. It happens, But I think if people come to you with the attitude of like just saying, it hasn't been collected, that works. You can work at it then, But unfortunately, people don't seem to talk like that now. If they see you've left your straight away, they're just slagging you off, saying you've left your crap everywhere. I don't think there's anyone on YouTube that intentionally leaves their rubbish everywhere. I think it can happen. You can get let down, but I think it's the whole attitude towards people just assume you're not done it.
We've had a couple of scrappers let us down recently.
Yep.
And we've gone back and physically moved it.
Yep.
Because we don't want to run that risk of getting let down again.
No.
So if access is pretty bad, we leave it in a place where it can be accessed, they don't pick it up.
Yep.
We've just got blamed for that instantly because you've seen us fish it out.
Exactly, yeah.
So we've been back, 2 times the same, collected it all back up and took it home.
Well, that's it. That's all you can do. I mean, the biggest problem I have is, I move around a lot. I can't keep going back. If I drive 100 miles, I can't go 100 miles to make sure it's been collected. And this is why you try and rely on people. This is where you say, can you send me a picture when you've collected it? But what I'm finding is, with a lot of places now, people say this scrapman used to be good, this one used to be good, and now they're not. The reason is because people are putting out like a carrier bag full. They're ringing a scrapman who drives 10 miles. When he gets there, there's a carrier bag. And for him, that's wasted his time, because he's not going to get his money for it. And I think people need to understand that don't leave it all under the bridge. You've got to get as close to the parking area as possible, because this guy's, he's there for minimal amount of rubbish. A carrier bag does not justify. If you get a carrier bag full of rubbish, find a public bin. It's simple. You've got to make it worthwhile.
It's not hard, really.
No, it's not. But I think I've seen ones, little pictures of ones, where they've got a pile and you think, that would have fitted in a carrier bag. Why didn't you just take it with you?
Yeah, or if you've got like one of your pull-along trolleys like we have, just chuck it in the bottom, put your magnets on top of it, off you go.
Yep. A scrap man's it's got to be worthwhile for him to go. At the end of the day, he's trying to run a business. He can't rely on going to get 50 pence worth of scrap. It's just not worth it. Because in the end, the genuine people, they're the ones that lose out, because the scrap must say, oh, every time I go now, there's a carrier bag full. And they're not going to want to go anymore. And that is the problem.
It's got, like I say, it's got to be worth their while.
Yeah.
Like a couple of scaff poles or couple of big blocks of cast, that's instantly worth their while.
That's it. Definitely. And that's why when I do the scrap man, I always send them a picture. I say, here we go, this is what I've got. And normally with our group, there's never, well, there's always enough for a scrap man to collect, especially in Cambridge. I
know, sort of a pile of bikes and the road lamps.
Yeah, Cambridge, we reckon in the 3 weeks we've been going there, I would say 10 ton plus.
Wow.
And that is just an immense amount. But I am sort of going off bike locks now, because they seem to be overtaking BT cash boxes, because I was getting fed up with them things as well.
Oh, BT cash boxes are now being phased out, so you've got to move on to something else.
Oh, yeah, I suppose so. But when we pulled 100 out of that pond, that was like, really? So it was obviously somebody's dumping ground, because a lot of safes come out of there, motorbikes come out of there, guns came out of there. And in that area, they don't have any canals or rivers. Well, they do have a river, but it's about 6 inches deep. But there's literally just this one pond, and it's a big area it's in. So obviously, that was the place. And
everything just gets piled in there.
That's it, yeah. The water level went down about 6 foot by the time we'd finished. But like that, and we didn't give it a location, but then somebody put on my video, I didn't notice it. Oh, this is such and such. The next time we went, there was stuff everywhere.
That's the thing. Like, you fish somewhere, you try and keep it a secret.
Yeah.
We purposely don't keep it a secret. We do like one bridge, move on, or
Yep.
one location, move on. If we go back to it, we go back to it.
Yep.
It's-
Well,
we want to do something different every time we go out.
Yeah. But if you're willing to say to people, this is where I am, you're not going to leave your rubbish, are you?
No.
You know, it's one of those things that's like a safety net. If anyone thinks you'd be silly enough to film it, tell people where you are and leave your rubbish, you've got to be pretty stupid to believe that one, haven't you?
Yeah.
You know, but the biggest problem you get is that someone sees you find something good, what are they going to do? Follow you. They'll go and do it, and then, you know, it's that situation. You know, I had it before, so I said, right, go on then, show me a picture of the stuff, where's it on my video? Well, it wasn't.
It does make me wonder if someone, when they go back, say, like where I found that machine gun, did they find any more guns?
Yeah.
What did they do with them? Why did they fish them out?
Exactly.
What, is it untoward, or is it a collector? God knows.
No, that's it, because you did have some very nice ones there. I think the most I've got is a Sterling magazine and a stock off one.
Yeah.
You know, and considering how that was such a mass-produced weapon, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody made that weapon, didn't they, during the war? And
The only problem is, when I put it on, obviously the comments come in thick and fast.
Yep.
About, oh, you found a machine gun, great, stormtrooper weapon, because the stormtrooper weapon was modelled on that gun.
right,
And people saying you could have got $2-3 grand for it if you kept it. It's like, I'm not in the business of arms dealing for you to get a Star Wars blaster.
I must admit, I have had private messages on ones I've found in the past saying, how much do you want for it? I'm like, really? You're putting that in writing to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's rules that you just can't do it. You know, you're not going to be doing that. I mean, it's not...
20 years for an automatic weapon.
Yep. I mean, I understand if someone's going to give you 20 million, take your chances and get going. You know?
Just move off to another country.
Exactly, yeah, but for what you're going to get out of it, it's just not worth it, you know. And I think that's it. I mean, I think a lot of the Americans find it hard that we hand them all in. I think that they look at them and they say, but you hand them in? Well, yeah.
Yeah, we call the police. It's not the in thing to have guns in our country.
No,
The only people that have them have licenses, and we don't have one.
no, that's it. I think that's what it is. You know, it's the different cultures. It's the different ways of, like, to them, they go to the shop with one on the hip.
Yeah.
We go to the shop with a reusable carrier bag. You know, it's just the way it is. We're not quite doing the same sort of thing. You know, so. But anyway, off the subject to them. Have we had any road closures? Have we had any, like, those things that everyone hates?
Yes, we have. We had when we first started out. We found a track explosive.
Yeah.
Obviously, we reported it to, like, the British Transport Police. They didn't want to know, so we reported it to 101.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, armed police turn up, cordon roads off of the track explosive, and I won't say it were a buzz. It were like, oh crap, we've just caused chaos in, like, this town that we were in, and it's like, they're not going to thank us for this.
No.
So, touch wood again, we've never found a grenade, a shell, or anything high explosive.
No. They're no fun. Them track explosives, me and Aaron found 479 of them at one bridge. And I said to Aaron, I said, watch this, best throw of the day, threw me magnet, comes in, Mills grenade on the end. I was like, oh no. It was just one of them, I was only joking, best throw of the day, and no, it was a Mills grenade. So there we got, it's a bag with like 212 track explosives in, and a grenade in a bucket. So we sort of rung the police, and they come down, and we moved on, and that was it. We thought it was dealt with. The next week we went back to the same bridge, The bag with the track explosives was literally shoved on to the side and left there.
Really?
It'd been there for a whole week.
Wow.
We was like, really?
Well, the EOD guys rung us while we were driving back because Copper said that, oh, we don't need to stay, we've got all your details, if we need you, we'll ring you. And EOD rings us up. How do you know it's a tracker explosive? Just watched plenty of videos of people finding them to see what they are.
Yeah.
And I like railways as well, like heritage railways.
Yeah.
And I've seen a few of them in action, and I know how dangerous they are.
Yeah.
And is it really an explosive? Yes, it's an explosive. It could take your arm off or your hand, or one strange impact. That's it.
Yeah.
It goes off like a bomb. So it's he didn't know what it was.
Well, when we'd actually fished it again, because we'd actually moved the bag like right into the field where we couldn't, because we thought we're going to fish it again, we're definitely going to find more. So when we rung them to say we've got 459 of them, because we don't have transport police around by us, there is none, so you have to deal with them. And the guy we spoke to, he said that bag is the equivalent to like 5 landmines now. There's that many in there. He said if it actually went, he said chances are quite remote, but chances you don't take, isn't it?
It is. Anything explosive you don't mess with.
No, but we couldn't believe they'd literally just left them on the edge of the towpath up against the wall for a week.
It's probably like the same reason with us when we found them, that they don't know what they are.
No.
But
well, they wouldn't. You see, they learn on things they have to go and defuse, blow up, and things like that. Those sort of things are usually dealt with by the transport police. So they wouldn't. It's not necessarily a priority for them, is it?
Like the transport police said to me, it wasn't found on their property.
Is that
so
what
they
their
don't
answer
deal
was?
with it.
But they're made for one particular reason.
Yeah, it was strange though. We were in the middle of town, nowhere near the railway.
Yep.
But it were there.
Yep. That's it. 'Cause the Leeds guys, they found a load in the town centre as well, and they held the record for quite a while. So I had to beat that one.
Yeah,
but
I remember that.
But yeah, it's just now. I reckon if I went back, I haven't been back there with the Evo Extreme, and I reckon if I went in there, I'm going to pull loads more out, and that's particularly why I just don't want to go back there again. You get to that stage, and enough's enough. We had a few, so. Right, okay, Mr. Houlihan has told me to ask you about the BMX collection. He's an expert in BMXs from the 80s till now. You are a bit of a BMX fan, aren't you?
I am. I'm reliving my youth.
So, what BMX did you have when you was younger? What did you have?
I had... what didn't I have?
What was your first BMX?
Rally Burner.
A Rally Burner. See, even I remember them, so that just shows how old I am,
I was born in 82, so back end of 80s, they were phasing certain ones out and you could pick them up relatively cheap.
Yeah.
So my parents got them, and obviously I messed about on them. Also, Mag Burner Mark II with Skyway wheels.
Yep. Mongooses were popular, weren't they? The Mongoose, that was a popular one as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. I've actually got one in Loft, but it's from about 1994.
Right.
Throughout the 90s was my main area of expertise when it came to it, but I had the older stuff as well. And I used to just take them apart, put them back together, upgrade parts like most people do now with the BMXs. But back then it weighed a ton and were expensive. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I didn't ever own a BMX as such. I had a Rally Grifter at the time because I'm a bit older than you, and that was sort of like the early version of it. I think that
it was the predecessor to the Burner. Once America started making mongooses to compete with like Swin and other brands, Rally thought, we'll jump onto this. The absolutely worst design ever, like the geometry didn't make sense, but they are an iconic British creation. And Hannah found a rusted up frame in one of the videos, and I turned it into a piece of wall art that's now on the kitchen wall.
I remember seeing that. Yeah, but the thing is, it's your passion, it's something you like, so to make something of that was good.
It is.
You know, because it's
like
a one-off.
saying, I'll give you £100 for it. Will you sell it to me? Will you sell it to me? And it's like, no, I've put a lot of work into that. If I find another one, then yeah, fine, I'll let one go. But like full restorations as well. Like
yeah, I've seen you do some pretty good photo restorations of them, I must admit. You know,
like the black mongoose that I did for my stepson.
Yeah.
I pulled that out and it was absolutely rotten. All parts had gone, or they'd been silted up and spray painted. That one, the first lockdown project.
Yeah.
And I finished that in a couple of weeks, and obviously still had the bug. Buy old frames to do up, find any more in canal. If it's got salvageable parts on it, I'll reuse them. I'm getting a dab-hander mirror polishing now, aluminium.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it on me socials.
Yeah. Are they expensive now? The 80s ones, are they worth good money now?
80s ones?
A burner, what would a burner in what you'd say good condition be worth?
A burner in survivor condition, so it's been in someone's shed for the last 40 years or 30 years, you're looking just short of £1,000.
Right.
Showroom condition, straight out of the factory, looking nearly £2,000.
For a push bike.
For a Mark 1 burner with the blue one with yellow skyways, mag wheels and all yellow bits, you're looking £2,000 easy.
Lie. I nearly saved you a blue wheel when we was in Cambridge, but it had a crack in it.
Oh.
Yeah, we found a blue wheel and I looked at it and straight away I thought, I know we'd love that. But on closer inspection it had a crack in it, so it ended up in the scrap pile. There's no point in keeping it. If it'd been in good nick, you probably would have said it's no use and I could have threw it away, but I did look round it, like that BMX that's still in my garden that I offered you, and it's only on closer inspection, realising that the frame has started to go through, it sort of takes away any value of it. Once the structural part of it's gone, then...
It does. I picked up one of those, but the earlier model to it.
Yeah.
So like the year previous to it, I've got that in loft to do as well. I've got behind me, you can't see it, but I've got two BMX frames in the bedroom where I'm sat, which is mine and Hannah's bedroom. I think I've got about 5 in loft and 4 in shed, all to restore.
So, collection-wise, how many have you got in the collection then? What you'd call complete bikes?
Complete? I've only got 3 complete at the moment. All the rest are going through the restoration. So I've got an old twin top tube, like a Halo Master.
Yeah.
Like freestyle bike. I've got that. It's red with white skyways, blue grips and seat, and it looks spot on.
Right.
And I've got the mongoose that I restored, and I've got another mongoose that's in the loft from '95 that's complete, which was my last BMX that I owned.
Right.
Before I moved into cars.
So you still got a bit of your childhood then?
I have.
I remember a friend of mine, he used to have a rally, and I believe it was a white frame, but it was red and it faded into the white.
I just picked one of those up last week.
Right, okay.
I went all the way to Leeds to pick it up from Preston.
Yeah.
Guy advertised it, old BMX frame, £40. And I was like, literally, like speaking to Hannah, like, we need to go now. It's like, said, I can have it. We need to go now. Can we not wait until like Monday or day after? No, we need to go now before he sells it.
Well, I suppose, if you're into like straight away, you got the buzz, you needed to get it. Other people would have been in the same situation.
He said he had over 100 messages after he agreed for me to buy it. So
Was that just the frame, was it?
that was just the frame, fork, crank, and seat.
So generally, most of it was there then.
Yeah, most of it were there. They don't sell for as much because they're like a second wave that came
Right.
out.
Okay.
But it's still easily 500-600 quid complete.
It's amazing to think what bikes can be worth now. When you think about the amount of them that got scrapped and rotted away in people's gardens
Yeah.
because no one thought they were going to be any use, did they?
Well,
So
people do it now though with modern BMXs. They upgrade a part, chuck it in the shed.
Yep.
That's it.
They're
One
much
of the
lighter
frames
though
that
now,
I've
aren't they?
used-
They're a bit more streamlined. They're a bit lighter and things like that.
They are.
Mm.
One of the frames that I've got as a restoration, I don't know if you've seen it, it's a baby blue colour.
Right.
It's been on my socials as well. I put an advert on Facebook, wanted old BMX frames.
Yeah.
And I got this, and it looked like it come out of a canal.
Right.
It was that bad, it was completely rusted up. Got angle grinder onto it, wire brushed it all, and it was still solid metal underneath. So it was on the surface. And it transpires that this frame, people were offering me close to £400 for frame in its rusted state.
Right. Okay. Well, if I find anything BMX, you're getting a call because I ain't going to throw nothing away now.
No, it's got to be the old stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, even new stuff's worth a bit of money, but
Not such
It's-
cult following at the moment.
no,
No.
unfortunately not.
Okay. Right. Okay then. So best find. What would you say is your best thing?
Best thing.
Not necessarily weapon, just something unusual, something different. People like different.
British Railways track picker.
Right.
It's basically two blokes stand at either side of rail, and they've got this big like tongue thing,
Right.
and it grips the rail. The more they lift it, the tighter it grips the
I know what
rail.
you
So
mean.
they can move the rail out of the chairs
Yeah.
and move it across out of the way. I found that nowhere near a railway. It's almost as if it had been just randomly dumped.
Mm.
But that's my best find. Anything railway related as well, I absolutely love it.
I've got a in my garden as well, a Duff Barrett train jack, the Norton Duff Barrett train jack.
Oh yeah, I saw that from the same bridge as the track explosives.
No, this wasn't. No. I found that when I was with Dan. That was, blimey, about 2 years ago. I found that, and I did the video recently because I thought I'd lost all the footage, but I found it on a SD card. But no, that weren't from the train explosive bridge. There was a lot of train stuff in there because I got one of the really big spanners, the ones that are about 4 foot long,
Yeah.
and
Nice.
that thing was flipping heavy. And it's always the thing that you're like half a mile from the car, you find the heaviest thing you want to take home.
Yeah. Have you restored the bridge nameplate yet?
No, it's all sort of dried out now. I will get round to it eventually. I was going to have it water blasted just to get all the flakes off it.
Yeah.
A friend of mine that he's trying all different things, water, walnuts, glass and things like that. So I said to him, I don't want it to be pristine, but I want it to look better because it's sort of bubbled a little bit. So I think he said he's going to try it with a bit of water blasting, because
Nice.
then that will sort of keep its age. Because the trouble, sand's a bit coarse, it will smooth it, it will pit it, and because I did have the Duff Barrett train jack done with that, and it was a little bit coarse for it, in my opinion. I think it needed to keep some of that patina on it, but we didn't have no patina on it. But the sign, no, the sign is good. I do like the sign. I like signage. I've got another one in my garden, which is Gallows Hill Bridge. That was one of the bridge signs from near Market Harborough. So that's been, my wife actually restored that, even though she hates magnet fishing, anything to do with it, because I keep running stuff home. She actually.
I'm quite lucky at that with Hannah. She absolutely loves it.
But that's it. So she did restore that one, but I've left it flat for a while. Well, it's been a year now, because I wanted to rust back on it because it was so nice. And I know it just sounds weird, but now it's in that it's got that more used look to it. So now I'm going to hang it on the wall, where before I laid it flat so water sat on it because it give it a bit of patina back.
Yeah.
You know, but now it's hangable again because you don't want them to look brand new because they're not brand new. You know, it could be 100 years old. I don't want it to look new. Yes, but the other one, I just want it to be better, and I think if we get a lot of the stuff off, then whether or not I'll paint it, not 100% sure yet. We'll see what it's like. I mean, it's in remarkable condition.
So I do all my restorations by hand.
Yeah.
With wire brush and like chemical strippers and stuff like that. You get the sense of achievement out of it for using it, doing it all by hand.
I agree with that, yeah. My biggest problem is having the time to do it.
It is.
So, you know, there's always something going on, and it's like I've still got a load of parking meters. During the lockdown last time, I actually started a parking meter, and it's got a cast iron base, but the top part of the casing is aluminium. When I finally spent 2.5 hours getting the locks out of it so I could get in it, I stripped it all down and I started cleaning it up. The trouble is, aluminium in the water pits. So I sanded it all down, got all the original paint off. There was a bit of a dent in the alley as well, which I weren't happy about, so I ground that down. And then I sort of sprayed it in primer and looked at it and I thought, it's got all hundreds of little pits in it. So all the paint back off again, started the body filler, tiny little bits, sanded it all down, wet and dried it, sprayed it again. That's getting better. Did that probably 10 or 15 times, and now it's so smooth, it's probably better than it came out of the factory. And I ain't touched it in over a year. Because
you like kind of lost momentum with it.
Exactly, yeah. The problem is the mechanism in it is in such poor condition. Because I like it where it says like paid or overstay. It's in such bad condition. So I've been trying to find a new mechanism for them. And I found somebody who had 5 of them and he wanted £20 each of them. So I thought, I'll have the lot of them. Messaged him, he said, no, I've just sold them all to someone for 50 quid. I said, no. I said, what? And he said, okay, so you got any more? And he went, no. He said, that was the only one. Because these are the wind-up ones where the traffic warden will go around every day, put his key in the back and wind them up. They were actually clockwork ones, but no, I missed out on them. I found the locks. You can buy the locks for them again. They've got to come from America. It's 90 quid for the locks, but it's not about the money because it's not worth 100 quid when it's done. Yeah. But I just think it'd be nice. Get it mounted on a pole, put it in the garden. I think it'd look good. I've got about 4 of them. I've got different types of them, and I've given a few away as well. But I've kept the ones with the money in them because I've actually still got the money. I don't quite get why you people would actually chuck them in there with the money.
Maybe they got spooked. You never know.
Yeah, they probably overstayed, and rather than being caught, they just thought they'd take the meter away and say, "What meter?"
Yeah, push it off the bridge.
That's it, yeah. But I must have found 20 or 30 of them things as well. You know, it's funny, it's like London, that's a common thing to find there. Well, it was. You know, at the end of the day, London's been so heavily done now, a lot of them have come out. But I don't know, I like things like that, something different, you know. Everyone goes, when they say, what do you want to find? I want a gun or an explosive. No.
I think it's last video we did, I found a Browning pistol.
Yep, saw that.
It was like, oh god, another gun. It's like, we've had, that must be 9th, 10th, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, just give me some old cast iron piece. It's got an ornate pattern on it.
Exactly, yeah. No, I think my oldest is still the Cannonball. Still happy with my Cannonball. You know, because from where it came from makes all the difference. It's got history because I know what castle it came next from, you see, and I think that's what makes the difference. When you get past 40, it's like, oh, God, not again. Grenades, I think I've had 14 or 16 of them now. We've had 18 pounders, you name it, we've sort of had it, and they're boring. They cause trouble. They cause inconvenience to people. You know, they're dangerous. They're not fun. You know, people, you see them there walk around with them in their hand and things like that. No, it's an explosive. It's an unstable explosive. I mean, what you've got to remember is, yeah, years ago, you see, they didn't put so much care and thought into these explosives either. Thank you, Sarge. Appreciate that. You know, it weren't like now. Everything's about safety of the people using them. Back then, they were explosives. They didn't think like, you know, modern stuff, do they? So you're playing around with something that's probably 100 years old. Well, as long as it didn't go off all the time when someone's carrying it, that was enough.
My great auntie used to make alt bombs for World War Two.
Right.
At one of the, I think it was Thorpe Arch, it were called. And they just used to throw the casings at each other, from what she's told me. Like, packed full of high explosives, and they throw it like a rugby ball.
It is crazy, really, when you think of how things were treated then. But when you remember during the wars, there was so much stuff getting made that to them it was probably just normal, you know. But now you look at it, and it's all done on industrial scale. It's all done by machine and everything. It's a little bit different. So I think that's where things have changed. But right, let's have a look at some of these comments because they've been flying by. Let's have a look. Crutch cricket, so I'm not even going to go there. Good evening, Dan. How are you? I don't know what they're talking about. There's a lot of comments to go through. Northwest Magnet Fishing look after their members, a real family feel. What a strange family you are, Paul. A strange family. You're down the pub and you've left the family at home. I'm ready for Sunday magnet or polished. Who polishes a magnet? Let it rust. That's what you do. When someone said to me, how do you clean it? We'll throw it back in the water. I've never cleaned it. I know someone who said, oh, I'll cover mine in WD-40. What, you make it slippy? No, they're much better with that little bit of grit on them, in my opinion.
They are, but you don't want it too much covered. That's no, it sticks to it.
My beast I stopped using about 9 months ago. Yeah, it's got a little bit of surface on it, but it still work. Only takes a few throws in to get that dirt off. It'll be as good as new. Belly button fluff, they have some weird conversations on there. I know Marie has a phobia about belly button fluff, so yeah, it does quite often show her, which she really doesn't like. Yeah, we do have some weird conversations. People are talking about belly buttons. So hi Dudley Dippers, and tell them hi everyone that's joined us. This is Andrew from, or Andy, I don't know what you want to be called. From
Andy or Andrew, I'm not fussed.
Okay, from White Wellies Magnet Fishing. If you haven't checked out his YouTube channel, head over there. He has had some very interesting finds. Got a bit of a fixation with BMXs, but he does a cracking job on the restorations. There is a video up for one of them, isn't there, I believe?
There is, yeah.
There is. So if you're into your 80s push bikes, head on over there. And I know he's probably got project after project on the go now.
I have. I've got way too many to list. Dr. Hannah.
Sort of like me and parking meters, but you actually will get to the end. I don't know whether I ever will.
I don't know about that.
Oh, okay. Second cannonball a couple of weeks ago. Yes, we have got a cannonball coming up for a charity auction soon, actually. But Steve will inform you more about that. That was donated by Jabba and Rocky Fish when we fished with them in Windsor. But it's going with something else, so it's going to be put together with another piece, which is really interesting, which was also donated by somebody else. So keep an eye out on that. Steve, I don't know when your next one is. I know it's usually the end of the month or the start of the next one, but that's definitely going to be an interesting one. Let's have a look. What have we got there? They go by so quick. Some of the conversations, when I watch this back later and I read through the conversation, it makes sense. I'm looking at them now thinking, what? It just makes no sense because they're all going by and I've been missing them, innit? Right, let's have a look. Any questions you've got then? Let's do it that way because it's probably easier then. Because then I can go to the bottom and say, hi Scotty B. Andy and Hannah are top ones to fish with. One of his best times out. There we go.
That was an interesting day out with Scotty B. We've covered 2 motorbikes, a magnet and a grappling hook. That was the first time we met Scotty B.
They're a pain, aren't they, motorbikes? They're hard work.
They are, because we got it stuck under, like, the underside of it, and it got wrapped around handlebars, and it was like, I'm not strong by any means. My upper body strength's not that great, but it got stuck, and that was it. Put a call out on internet, anybody able to help us, and Patriots absolutely smashed it with us. We've got some interesting finds that day as well.
Yeah, I remember watching Scotty pulling one out on his own. He was
Yeah.
stubborn with that one. He weren't going to give in till he got it out, well, had he?
It's that thing, you know, you need to get it out. You can't just leave it.
Yeah.
If you know it's there, you've got to keep going and going and going and going at it.
Yeah, I must admit, there's things like we got stuck on, and there was 10 of us on the rope to get it off. And what do? You throw it straight back on and have another go.
Yeah.
You think, why am I doing this? It's just took 10 people to get it released from there, and we're throwing back on it, and we're going again. You know, but I think that's the way you get, you know, in your mind you think, it's massive, whatever it is, it's massive, but you just want to know. And if you don't know, it's going to annoy you.
Trolley.
Yeah.
It's the not knowing, it's not the not knowing what you're going to get when you throw your magnet in.
Yeah.
That's what draws you to it as well. And
that's the buzz factor thing, and it's like, because when you go there, like I said to you earlier, that you can go somewhere, have all the weight of the world on your shoulders. The minute your magnet touches the water, it all seems to go away, because your focus is
definitely helped with my mental health. Get out for a few hours, fresh air, usually great company, and just let your mind just wander.
Yeah, and it's not always about the fines, is it? The company.
It's not. It's just being out there and doing your bit.
And having good company makes all the difference. You know what I mean? You can go out, you don't need the best fines, but if you're having a laugh, you know, just breaking that routine of daily life, you know, that's what it's about. Like you say, up here it helps, because your focus is the water, your focus is what you're doing, and nothing else seems to matter really then, does it? And I think that's what a lot of people find with this. They find that it does help them, because not everyone has a perfect life. Things don't always go right, but doing this, it's a cheap hobby. You get out there, and for that little time you're out, it doesn't matter anymore, does it?
No, it's not for the faint-hearted though. If you don't like mud and muck, then
no, the many
we
times
went out yesterday and we got covered in it, so it like we just walked out of the swamp basically.
It's that when you're driving home, you're like, oh, yeah. You know that when you've been to Birmingham, nothing quite like the smell of a Birmingham canal.
We haven't been to Birmingham yet. That is on our to-do list at some point in the near future. So all the history that's in, with more canals in Birmingham than anywhere in UK. So
And more than in Venice, believe it or not.
really, wow.
Yeah, there is everywhere you go. The biggest problem with Birmingham is it's full of polythene. The canals are absolutely riddled with polythene. There's bags and everything, and what happens is it's all degrading in the bottom, and it's going back to like oil. It's black. It really is. And what you have to do is, if you do a couple of weeks in Birmingham, you then need to go and find yourself a nice clean river to clean your rope, because it is like treacle. It is disgusting. I don't think you can ever know what it's like until you've experienced it. It is really, really manky, but there we go. If different areas, different things. Cambridge is great. It's so clear. It cleans your rope a treat. But you feel like you're polluting the waterways when you take your rope back there. It's that bad. You know?
See the oil
Yeah,
floating away.
You're trying to wash this canal path down, so you've got a bucket in there, screwing out, chucking it down, and it's actually getting worse. It takes a few buckets to thin it out to actually get it clean again. But there we go. But that's Birmingham waters for you. They are a little bit unusual, but they've been good. The thing is with Birmingham, there's so many people do it, but you've got a lot of waterways to do, and I think sometimes with that, you just got to think outside the box, to be honest with you. You know.
Yeah. We've got like the entire stretch of like Leeds Liverpool Canal. We've got what's we got? Bridgewater, Rochdale. There's plenty around like the northwest, and we just randomly just go on Google Maps if it's got parking near it for us.
Yep.
We don't necessarily look for like bad areas. We just look for somewhere that looks good to fish.
Well, that's it. And you know, it's when people always say, "What's a good place to fish?" I always say, "Where there's water. Anywhere's worth a dip." You know, and that's the thing. And I wouldn't particularly go to an area and say, "Right, oh, everyone goes there. I'll go there." What's the point? You know,
No.
you've got to
But
put a little
then
bit of thought
it
into
falls
it.
into the same like category. What magnets were they using when they fished that area?
Yep.
Um, Obviously, you go back with one that's slightly stronger than they've used, and
Yep.
you could clean it up.
Well, that's it. Yeah, yeah. I must admit, I've revisited a load of places that I've done. One of them, I reckon, I've personally fished that bridge for 50 hours, and 2 years later, I went back with a 360 magnet, and I was amazed what came out. Third pull, a blooming grenade. I was like, oh, God, not again. But people have been fishing that for 2 years between me. So I mean, you think they're not got the magnets. And when we was down there was two other lads down there. I looked at the magnets. I thought, good luck with that. And they said, we're not getting much. So I give him a go with mine. He's like, flipping heck. You know, and like you say, a lot of people go with the small magnets. I always say, let them get the trolleys and that out, and then we can go in for the real stuff.
Yep.
You know, and with the 360, the way it actually cuts the floor as it goes in, it makes a massive difference. You know, because it doesn't slide, it drags, and when it drags, it digs. You know, and
It does. Going straight in after a boat's gone over the top of it as well.
yeah, I mean, and they always say to people, well, if you're not getting anything else, chuck your grappling for 10 minutes, back and forth it. We did that in Leicester. I grappled an area for a while, and then Dan, I think on his first pull, went and pulled a gun out. So I've done all the grappling, and he threw his magnet in, and he pulled the gun out on the next pull. So yeah, it definitely makes a difference, you know, and I think that's what you've got to try. There's still plenty of stuff in the water, you've just got to search for it. You've got to think outside the box, and if you can find something no one's done, good luck to you.
Not just about fishing bridges. You fish halfway down canal,
Yep.
in between bridges.
I think everybody heads for
everywhere.
bridges.
There's stuff everywhere in waterways. There's hundreds of miles of waterways,
Yep,
and it's absolutely chocker.
yep. Like I say, I always say to people, it's not just the bridges. If there's an entrance into a canal, that's another place you want to do, because a lot of time you get a car park and the entrance is nowhere near the bridge, but it's the first place they get to when they dive out the car.
Yep.
You know, and quick run
I
out.
think two videos back when I was first using the G90, two safes because they were like literally just in front of the car park.
Yep. I know. It's because it's easy. It's literally out the car, down the path, into the water, back up, into the car and gone.
Yep.
You know, and that's the way it is. So, obviously, plenty of places to try. Are you out this weekend at all? Are you off to Manchester?
No, unfortunately not. With Hannah not being so well, we're a bit reluctant to travel too far afield.
Right.
We tend to fish during week when it's quieter.
Yep. Yeah, I get that.
So it's quieter because obviously everybody's either at school or work.
Yeah.
We just go there, get on with it, and then come back.
I must admit, yeah, it's probably is a better one. I got dragged out shopping today, and I must admit, I'm glad I went today and not tomorrow. You know, because it was far quieter. You know, don't like shopping at the best of times, but I'd rather be dragged out on a quiet day than a busy one. But there we go. Well, for anyone on here, there is the big meet in Manchester on Sunday, the Leeds Magneteers and the PMY meet on the 27th. It's a charity event, so there is raffle prizes. Tickets can be purchased, I believe, from the Leeds Magneteers. If you don't go, if you are going, all the details will be on the PMY Facebook group, or it'll be on the Leeds Magneteers ones. I know they have been on here. So good luck to you all. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be making it because it is a fair old trek for me, and I've got a couple of things I've got to do. So I hope you all have a good time, and don't forget, give generously, because it's for the air ambulance and it's a worthwhile cause. You know, because they are privately funded. I don't think the government fund them at all, do they? The air ambulances. I know there's been a lot of talk about that.
No.
So, you know, anything that raises money, so fantastic cause. You know, always think you've never needed one, but you might do one day, and if they're not up there, that's the way I look at it, you know. So good luck to everyone that's going. I hope you have a great time. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of videos, so it'll be like being there once they've all come out. But as Scott would say, let's hope you get some nice treats. But there we go. So, now time flies, doesn't it? So, right, I think we'll wrap this up. Really appreciate you coming on and joining us.
Not a problem. Thank you for inviting us.
I've saved you from your BMX for the evening.
Yeah, I'll just be watching it on YouTube or watching restoration videos or just getting ideas how to do stuff.
Oh, there we go. Well, you're going to have to go and make her a coffee now because she's waited long enough, mate.
I will do.
But thank you very much for joining us. Right, everybody, I hope you've enjoyed the videos this week. We did 2 because it was going to be a 50-minute video and I didn't think you'd want to be that bored on one evening, so I split it over 2 days. As you can see, Aaron with his dangerous weapons, and if you're ever short of a bike lock, nip over to Cambridge because you can get a cracking deal on the things. I was getting really fed up with them, but I'll be out Sunday with the usual clan. We're going to a new area that we've never been before. Well, Steve has sort of touched the waters there just by the edge of it, so we're all going to head up there, somewhere different. Don't really see much talk about it on the Facebook group, so you never know. It could be really good, it could be really rubbish, but at the end of the day, it's all about the company. This is what Andrew from White Wellies Magnet Fishing. If you're not subscribed, head over to his YouTube channel, give him a cheeky look, go and have a look at the Sterling machine gun and the BMX
I'll just get to 1,000. I think we're only 200 off.
200 off, there we go then. So if you can drop him a cheeky sub, have a look at his videos, get his views up, get his subs up, I'm sure he'll appreciate it. And we have the Saints rugby team video coming up next, probably Tuesday or Thursday, I haven't decided yet, but it will be up next week, where you'll see me and Aaron take on the Saints. Polite way of putting it, I don't think I'd say that to their faces because they're a long way up when I'm looking at them, but we had a good find, a few good finds in an area we weren't expecting much, and we was quite surprised by it. But thank you all for joining. We will catch you Sunday at 4 o'clock for the live. If not, we'll see you next week. Thank you very much, Andrew, and good night to everyone.